Yo YouTube, what you saying? Sluggy Beats here, back with another video, and today I'm going to be breaking down my remix of SHIDE Boss's recent tune. If you haven't heard the original already, here's a little clip of it.
Trying to work out where she knows me from, got her eyes on me, I'm the only one. I ain't ever moved like a phony don, I ain't got no time but my rollies on. When it comes to women I'm bougie, I could never try wife, no floozy.
Yeah, if you don't know who SHIDE Boss is, he's been gone for a while, but he was around back in the day. Around 5 years ago, he's like dropping tunes with Chip and the likes of that. So yeah, he's back on the return, and he asked me to remix his recent song. So yeah, we're going to be breaking it down. Did a nice little house remix of it. I'm just going to play you a bit of it now just so you get the idea.
Got her eyes on me, I'm the only one. I ain't ever moved like a phony don, I ain't got no time but my rollies on. When it comes to women I'm bougie.
So yeah, you get the idea, the usual sort of sound that you can expect from me. I'll start off with the drums. Drums is very typical, using my kit as always, Bad Boy House Drums, link in the description, only $15, so yeah, use that on all my beats and this one. So yeah, very simple drums. Exactly what you'd expect from a song like this, the same pattern. Now we've got this serum preset, which I think I might have used in my last 3 videos, I can't even lie. So but yeah, this is a serum preset that I've made, that's going to be in my new serum pack. We've got the lower octave playing here as well. Barely audible, but it just adds that extra bit of thickness. Just to run you through the effects chain a bit on this, we've just got a normal compressor, just some light compression there to control it. We've got kick starts to get that sidechain effect. We've got a plugin called Decapitator, which is by Sound Toys. If you haven't got this plugin, then I urge you to get it. Such a good plugin for bass and stuff like that. Just adds loads of saturation to the bass and like really makes it cut through. I'll play it without, and then if I add it back in, now it's a subtle difference, but hopefully you can hear it. If we turn the wet up here, which is how much of the effect we're adding, you'll be able to hear it more. Yeah, you get the idea. It's subtle, but it just adds that little bit extra. You don't want to go too mad on it, otherwise it can be overpowering. It can make it like really hard to mix the beat or like master the beat later. And then we've just got a little EQ here. I'll turn it off just so you can hear why I've done it. As you can hear, there's a lot of sub there, and it was like affecting the kick drum. It was stopping the kick drum from cutting through, and especially with that lower octave layer, we'd already got so much sub bass anyway that I could just cut it out of this one, so it's sounding much cleaner. Got basically the same effects on the lower octave one, except we've just got the decapitator turned off on that one because it was just way too muddy. On the higher octave one, we've got nice little chorus to make the bass nice and wide, and we've got reverb as well. Just turn those off. So as you can hear, yeah, straight down the middle there, no reverb to make it bigger. Turn it on. Just makes that sound much bigger, much more widespread, fills out the beat a lot more. Now we've just got the typical high string that you can expect. Again, light compression on it, kickstarts to get that sidechain effect. The preset I'm using for the string is from the M1 Korg. Great VST for house beats. It's where the organ bass sound comes from, and this string sound, and also the M1 piano, all like iconic house sounds. Like if you're into your old house tune, a lot of them use the Korg M1. So yeah, that's definitely a must-have VST if you want to make these sort of beats. Then I'll just talk you through a little bit on what I did on the vocals, just because obviously the vocals are mixed amazingly well in a top studio and stuff, but it doesn't always mean that you can slot it straight into your remix and it fits still. So I had to cut out a little bit more of the lows, just because this track is so bass heavy that, you know, it was really clashing.
I wish she knows me from, got her eyes on me, I'm the only one. I ain't ever moved like a phony don, I ain't got
But yeah, the compressor's barely doing anything. Just added some more reverb as well.
From got her eyes on me, I'm the only one. I ain't ever moved like a phony don, I ain't got no time. But
just so then it fit a bit extra with the style of that bass being so reverby. And we've got the typical effects with the rises, crashes and stuff like that. In my last video I showed you how to do this reverse bass sound, so I'm not going to go over that again, but yeah, that's a great effect to do just before I drop.
trying to work out where she knows me from, got her eyes on me, I'm the only one.
Now I'll just talk you through this bassy vocal. So yeah, I use a Soundtoys plugin for this. Just make the pitch all the way down and format all the way down. This plugin is called Little Alter Boy. Again, another great plugin from Soundtoys. If you are looking at investing in these Soundtoys plugin, I will let you know now that every Black Friday Soundtoys do a mad deal on all their plugins where it's like half price for all of them. So personally I'd recommend just waiting until Black Friday and getting the full bundle, because I think if you buy a Decapitator and a Little Alter Boy, then you could have just got them all in a couple months time for, you know, the same price basically. So yeah, I think it ends up at about 200 quid if you get them all on Black Friday. But yeah, little insider knowledge for you there. Now as house tunes go, once you've got the main body of the beat, which is just, you know, this, then it's pretty much just rinse and repeat. You just copy and paste it. But what I've done is added these interesting little bits, like where the claps get taken out. Just impact on that vocal more if we play it with the vocal.
Trying to work out where she knows me from, got her eyes on me, I'm the only one. I ain't ever moved like a phony don, I ain't got no time, but my rollies on. When it comes to women, I'm bougie.
Because yeah, if you just had it the same like all the way through, which it is the same all the way through, but because you're adding these little bits of variations, little changes, it just makes it like way more interesting, and it keeps the listener actually listening, because otherwise there's nothing new happening, you know what I mean? So the listener will just switch off and just go to the next song unless there's little changes. Now one last thing to go over, because that's pretty much it for this track, is just the vocal chop section. I love the way that second verse comes in.
She the life of the party, bet she look nice in the song.
But yeah, that's not what we're talking about anyway. We're talking about this little vocal hook bit. I just made this bit because like, I just thought, with it being a house remix, I didn't want it to be like, maybe SHIDE Boss's listeners aren't like someone who would listen to Silky or something like that. So I didn't want it to be like quite dark, or not dark, but you know what I mean, like so rap based. I wanted it to have like a bit of a house drop where, you know, you might jump to it in a club or something like that, you know what I mean, or a festival, etc. So yeah, what I did with this is I dragged the vocal into Q Sampler, which is just the default sampler for Logic. You've probably seen this classic bit before if you dragged like a kick in or something, which is really great for stuff like this. So yeah, you get the idea. It does do it automatically as well. If you turn up this sensitivity thing, it picks them out for you. But yeah, for this I added my own in, so then I could play it. One thing you need to make sure you do though is turn this polyphony down to 1, because if you have it down to like more than 1 basically, and you play like multiple notes, it will play them all at the same time, whereas if you just have it as 1, it just cuts it off, which is what you want. So yeah, I just played that pattern in, and then we got this. Now again, like I said before, with adding little variations in, I've just added these EQ bits, these like EQ filtered out basses, just because it is the same pattern repeated, but if you EQ it, then it just sounds different, and it sounds hard as well when it's coming back into the verse like that.
She the life of the party, bet she look nice.
And you add the bass back in, you know, especially when you've just had such a bassy chorus, sounds like it's dropped again, even though you've only just had a drop.
She the life of the party, bet she look nice in the sari.
Just got a nice other little filter here on the vocals.
Yeah.
And just finishing it off with that nice little bouncy bit. So yeah, that's basically this full track. Hopefully that's, you know, taught you some things. With remixes, I always just try and make it super interesting and like really change it from the original, because if not, no one's gonna bother listening to it. Like, no one wants to listen to the same song twice but a bit different, because they're probably just gonna think, well, I prefer the original. So yeah, if you really make it your own with the remixes, make lots of interesting bits, then hopefully you get something that pops off. But this will be dropping on Tuesday. The remix is dropping on the Sunday before this video, so you'll be able to go listen to the full tune. Hopefully it's doing well. Let me know what you think to it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.